You have a great transformation, and I really want you to share your transformation, your story, and also how challenge groups are helping you and your clients.
Wonderful. I would love to share with you guys. Hey, everybody, we survived the holidays. Can you believe it? Here we are the week after the holidays. A little bit of guilt sets in because some of us probably overindulged a little bit more than we would during any other time of the year, because it's when we get around family and friends, we have a tendency to do that. And we actually had a lot of discussion about that at my challenge group tonight. But again, my name is Brenda Casamento. I'm a presidential director, mother of 6, like Faith had said, cancer survivor, and I've been in the nutrition and fitness industry for over 22 years. And, as we talked in our challenge group tonight about our weaknesses and how to pick ourselves back up and move forward with that, I would love to share with you a little bit about my story. And then I would love to share with you about how challenge groups have not only made a difference in my own personal success, the success of the others that come, but also in my business. So first of all, when I first came across ViSalus, I was a speaker at a convention on stress and energy control and weight management. Someone came up and shared a sample of Vi with me, and being in the industry, I was really skeptical. But like Faith had said, I was a recoverer from cancer. I went through a lot of depression, and I put on over 120 pounds during that time. And being someone who is a health professional and wanting to live the lifestyle, thinking I was eating good, I was exercising all the time, but I hit kind of a weight loss plateau. So at the time when I had been introduced to Vi, I was already down about 40-ish pounds, but I got stuck. And so I don't know if any of you ever had a weight loss goal and you were doing really good, but it didn't seem like whatever you could do could get you past that goal. Well, knowing that I was already eating good, I still was not getting enough nutrition. My body was not getting what it needed to break that plateau. And with exercising as much as I was, being someone who taught classes and personal training, it was something that my body required, but I just didn't know how else to fit it in my day. And so I was really blessed when I came across Vi, because what it did is it helped me get past that plateau. Working so many hours a week, I needed something quick, fast, and definitely something that I would want to drink. And I love the taste of our shake. It's absolutely amazing. So I was really glad that I was presented the opportunity to jump on the challenge. And after I was introduced to it, after I did my research, my due diligence, went and checked out the shake and, the company and how it all came together, I saw not only an opportunity for me to help myself get past my plateau, which I did. I am now currently down over 45 pounds with ViSalus, which puts me at a total of just a little bit over 100 pounds lost. And I've been able to keep that off now for 3.5 years, as well as I put on about 15 pounds of muscle, which I can definitely tell not only in my strength, but in my energy. That was the first thing I think I noticed, you guys, is my energy changed. I had fibromyalgia diagnosed to me after my cancer, and this is something that was able to help me regain some of that chronic fatigue that I was experiencing from that. And ironically, the work that I was doing, they always felt like the same workout, the very first one, and the pain that came after was always excruciating, and that has dissipated, because I believe as a nutritionist, when you put your good nutrition into your body, it kind of heals itself. So, I've gone from, struggling to every workout to get it done to now I've never been a runner, and in the last year and a half, I have ran 19 half marathons, dozens of 5Ks and 10Ks. I just completed my first Olympic triathlon this last fall and ran my second marathon. I came home from Hawaii a week ago and finishing 10 minutes faster than my marathon I ran last year. And I constantly believe that, when you challenge yourself, put yourself around others that will help challenge you, as well as have the right nutrition, you're going to be guaranteed success moving forward. So with that being said, that's a little bit about my personal challenge and my story, but, taking that and putting it into challenge groups and how it makes a difference, like I said, accountability is huge. I would say, when it comes to success in any kind of health goal, you need 3 things. 1, you need good nutrition. 2, you need a game plan of how you're going to get there with exercise. And the third thing is that accountability. And challenge groups have brought the accountability factor to a whole new level, not only for me as someone who's still in that business as a personal trainer and a teacher for group fitness, but also for the others that are in my business, because they've now branched off and taken that and ran with putting out their own challenge groups and getting the confidence to be able to do that. Because what it does is it enables us to all meet at a certain time of the week and be accountable. My first challenge group that I started was just a boot camp for all fitness levels that we did, and we utilized all different forms of exercise, so everything was different each week. We had a lot of fun. It was always changing. And we got started with that right after Visalis did a Project 10K walk run about a year and a half ago, and it was about a year ago, and we started meeting every week after that. Then we started a second one, which was a Zumba Pound Fit Challenge group, meeting twice a week. Zumba, most people know what it is. Pound Fit is using drumsticks and exercising with that, and it gives you a whole new level of cardio, let me tell you. But it's very modifiable for all fitness levels, and they enjoy it because, you know, between the daily stress of pounding on things, it's a lot of fun to participate in, let me tell you. But, you know, the 3 challenge groups that I run have evolved and changed over the last year. I think I looked at my numbers. I've taught 385 challenge groups in the last, well, since we started tracking it. And, you know, it's a lot of fun, and it has to stay fun. But if you keep it simple, it doesn't have to be fancy. You can meet at a mall. You can go for a walk. I have people that do all sorts of different things just to get together, from playing golf frisbee to, you know, now we have snow in our area, so the snowshoes come out and go for a snow walk. But, you know, it's one of those things that classes, they start small, but word of mouth changes the class size pretty fast. That's why we had to incorporate more classes so that we could fit everybody in it. But also, you know, what it does is with that whole accountability, people start to see the evolution and the transformations happening right before their eyes of not only their own, but other people around them. They get the positive feedback that they need and recognition as it happens. We always recognize everyone after they've had some success, whether that is losing some inches, lowering their body fat percentage, losing some weight, maybe getting off of medication like high cholesterol medicine, you know, because they've lost weight. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways you can recognize success, and that's super important to do if you're going to hold a challenge group. We also introduce products on a weekly basis, have samplings, which also moved products through our business. We took a neon Zumba class and did black light, served neon, and it was so much fun. And I just watched my neon sales go out of the roof because, you know, they had a chance to not only participate in the neon fun, but also taste the neon, see how it could be incorporated in their holidays, share it with their friends. They brought friends to the class. So that made our challenge groups grow as well. So that has been a huge thing, having fun, recognition, and the third thing is, you know, they're getting those points, which if you haven't taken advantage of going to a challenge group yet or holding one yourself, you get points for working out. It's like getting paid to work out. And I actually had a win-back customer tonight at my challenge group because she's like, so I can get points for this? She forgot. And she heard the other ladies talking about it, and she came over and she goes, how do I get points again? And I'm like, that's okay. We got Buy Commit coming up. Let's get you back on your kit. And not only that, you're going to get a sample pack, and we'll get you going in, you know, the whole Buy Commit, tying it all together. We're all going to start on launch on January 3rd, this coming Sunday, at our challenge group and our resolution rally. So these are a few things, you know, that have incentivized them and encouraged each other to see not only the results, but bring friends to do it with them, because working out is always more fun with a friend. So just a few tips for you, you know, as you move forward with your challenge group. Have fun with it, because success doesn't lie in the numbers of the challenge group. It's in the community and the culture that you create and the lives that you change. So hopefully this helped with some tips, and thank you very much, Faith, for asking me to be on the show.
You are welcome. That is some pretty amazing tips. Wow, that was awesome. That was so power-packed. I love when you talk about making it fun, because for so many people, a lot of people feel like exercise is work. It's typically for a lot of people it's not something they enjoy because nobody likes to sweat and feel out of breath and be uncomfortable, but that's where the change happens. So if we make it fun and we make it exciting and we get them to bring out their friends, that's where the consistency happens and that's where the change starts to happen. And right now I want to introduce my co-host, Tom Jones. Tom, are you on the line? Can you hear me?
I sure can. I'm here.
Perfect. Well, listen, I'm really excited to have you because you have actually just been announced throughout TeamViHOPE in the 100-Pound Club as the director of the new virtual challenge groups. And I mentioned a little bit earlier how we had talked about, we did a beta in the 100-Pound Club group. We're all from all over different places, just like everyone on this call is from different places, you know, sort of all across North America. And we were able to stay accountable and do an online challenge group as well with some of our friends and family that were distant. And so that had some pretty great success. I'm not going to go into the numbers of it, but I want you to talk about your story and your background and just what the virtual challenge groups mean and, you know, sort of what the fun we had with that.
Great, sure. Well, I'm from New Jersey, and I've been with Vitalis now for well over 5 years and got started with the challenge after, experiencing some weight loss success and some steps in the wrong direction over the course of the months and years leading up to my introduction to Vi, and it was sort of a mixed bag. I would get some positive results, and then I would veer off track, and then I would get back on track and get some more positive results. And I learned something about how to eat, how to move my body, how to think, how to deal with emotions every step of the way, and then ultimately over the course of about 4 years or so, lost over 100 pounds. And so I'm excited to be here with you all as a member of the 100-Pound Club. And I would say that a big part of what enabled me to really sort of get everything to click into place over the last year and a half to 2 years has been regularly getting together with a group of people and getting active. And I did that. I started doing that prior to the introduction of challenge groups. But I found that simply having a group of people that were expecting to see me and gave me a sense of accountability, and I showed up for the workout, and then working out together got me results. And getting those results and the expectation that I was going to show up got me eating better, more consistently, staying on track with my challenge. And I made that really the centerpiece of my schedule to the greatest extent that I could, and the results spoke for themselves. And so when Vi rolled out challenge groups about a year ago now, I was all for it. The idea that we could take our community and our products and on a very as casual or as structured of a basis as we chose to, form groups in our local communities and get people active, get people exposed to the products, get people exposed to others who were on similar journeys, struck me as a no-brainer, and it's been exciting to see so many people get such incredible results with them. And so in the last handful of months, within the 100-Pound Club, we've, as you mentioned, we've developed a virtual challenge groups, which I've used in addition to my local challenge groups, and I found that being able to communicate via text message groups on a daily basis and hearing what's going well for people as well as what's not going well, being able to share what's going well for me as well as what's not going well, and having certain expectations that I'm going to communicate and participate has helped to keep me on track, and I've seen it work very well for others. And so we've gotten great results with the virtual challenge groups within the 100-Pound Club, well enough and consistently enough, and we've tweaked the process to the point that we've decided that we're ready to open it up to all of TeamViHOPE. And so I posted it in our Facebook group the other day, and we'll have some additional information. I'll probably put another post up the next day, just reminding everybody that you have an opportunity now to opt in to participate with us with one of our virtual challenge groups, which will run for the month of January. We, in the past, have done these in roughly 30-day increments, and that's what we're doing at this point. We will be tweaking it and getting feedback from people, figuring out what works and what we can do better in the future. But we'll be putting a group of people together and tying it to our VI commitments and basically supporting each other and holding each other accountable to those commitments over the next 30 days. So anybody who chooses to be a part of that group will have an opportunity to be in communication on a more regular, more intimate basis with members of TeamViHOPE, as well as several members of the 100-Pound Club who will be participating, as well as facilitating that group. So we're really excited about that. And Faith, I know we have another guest who is well on his way to a 100-pound loss as well. Before I introduce him, did you have anything else, any other input you'd like to add on the subject of challenge groups or our virtual challenge groups specifically?
Well, actually, I was just thinking as you were talking about it, if they participate in the virtual challenge group, I love that they can get mentorship from people who've already hit the 100-pound club, the 200-pound club, and so on and so forth. But it's also a great way to take what you're learning within that module and within that smaller group and take it to your family and friends. You can use the same exercises. Then you can sort of become the resource a little bit and create your own challenge group in order to get your friends and family moving. And you would have that pool of information and knowledge and resource from the virtual challenge group. So it really can be kind of like a pay it forward in the health kind of way. I'm excited about that. But I'm also very excited what you said to hear Cody's story, because Cody is banging on the door of the 100-pound club. I'm really excited to hear his story.
Awesome. Well, one other thing I just realized I should add, if you're interested in being part of the virtual challenge group that we're putting together, your best course of action would be to go find that post in our Facebook group and comment on it, and I or someone else on the team will reach out to you. Or if you have trouble finding it, just send me, Tom Jones, a message on Facebook, and I'll make sure you're included. So having said that, I don't want to delay any further introducing our next guest, and that is none other than Cody Pierson. Cody, do we have you on the line? If you are out there and I can't hear you, please just press *6 to unmute yourself.
Are you there?
There you are. Cody, I can hear you. Go right ahead.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Cody Pierson. I am originally from Portland, Michigan, small town. Basically, my story started well before I got introduced to VI. About 3 years ago, I lost a grandparent who was very close to me, and I was a 3-sport athlete in high school, really good shape, had the opportunity to play sports after high school, decided not to, and like I said, a couple years later, I lost a grandparent who was really close to me, and my weight increased significantly, and fast forward 3 years to this beginning of this year, January, I step on the scale, and I'm pushing 300 pounds as a 24-year-old male. And I told myself right then I would never let myself get over 300 pounds or even see the number 300 pounds. So I got introduced to VI from my stepfather, Jason Reams, in January. And at first I pushed it off, just didn't have any interest. And then I stepped on the scale again and saw that number 295 come up again and said, fine, I'm going to do this, and got started in March of this year. My first 90-day challenge, I lost almost 45 pounds. It was amazing. I worked out maybe 1 day a week, which was the other crazy part. I thought I'd have to work out all the time, but with my job being in excavating, I'm always moving. The 45 pounds came off really quick and fast, and so I started another challenge and lost another 33 pounds, and got down to 217 pounds, which I hadn't seen since I was nearly a freshman in high school. I was amazed with the results. I couldn't believe it. I got into Vibe heavily, became a promoter, all the groups, everything. And then my family decided during my second challenge when challenge groups started, or we started our own challenge group, it just started out as my stepfather and mom and my aunt going for walks on the river walk right in my hometown. We'd go about 3.5 miles. There's little stations throughout the river walk, do push-ups, crunches, everything, and we just made it fun. And that was my goal, to keep going to that every week. And we gained a few here and there, and then pretty soon there was a group of about 8 of us going every week. And even my little sisters, who are 10 and 12, got involved. And that just meant the world to me, as I could do it with my family, have fun, and we were being healthy and pushing to our dreams and goals and everything else. And it was also fun that I would push myself even on a simple walk, as I would race my little sisters to the next station, their next little workout session. And seeing them smile and having fun just made me push myself harder. And then it was amazing. Like I said, in high school, I actually weighed almost 25 pounds less than when I graduated high school. And I thought I was in really good shape back then. And now with the energy I have, and I have my life back, I actually met the reason my number one support throughout this whole challenge has been my girlfriend. I met her about 2 months before I got on the challenge. She was with me from day one. She's been with me now, and with my confidence and everything, I just proposed to her last week and became engaged. So that was another big part of my life that came from this. And but back to the challenge groups, we're actually getting ready to hopefully start another one here pretty soon with a buddy of ours, Garen Slater. He does a basketball group every winter. I'm very looking forward to that. And then getting back here in Michigan, once the winter clears, we can get back outside and get on the river walks and just have fun again. And but other than that, I mean, that's been my story, and that's how challenge groups affected me. And I'm, like they said, pushing to 100 pounds. I recently just lost my grandmother a few months ago, so I kind of had a little setback, but back on track. I just set my VI commitment to another 20 pounds, and that will get me really close to the 100-pound mark if I lose it. And I'm definitely going for it. So.
Awesome. Well, I'm sorry for your loss, but I'm glad to hear that you're back on track. And I like that goal you set. It sounds very realistic for a 90-day period, particularly for somebody who has already lost as much as you have. And I'm sure at this point you have a good idea of what you're able to do with your body. You know, I know when I first started, I had no idea how much I was going to lose in 90 days. Is it going to be 15 pounds? Is it going to be 50? No clue. But it sounds like you've got a good, solid goal there. Have you established for yourself a reward or a consequence of losing that next 20?
Yeah, I did. My girlfriend, I have facial. I told her if I didn't lose it, I would shave all of my facial hair off, and I would shave my head. And she absolutely does not want that to happen. So, and I don't want that to happen. So that is my goal, and that's pretty much what it boils down to.
You're gonna get it done. Awesome.
Yeah, and the craziest thing is about my story too is when I first started with my first initial goal was only 30 pounds, and I hit my first 30 pounds in my first 30 days.
Wow.
So that was the other thing that kept me going and kept me on fire. So.
Awesome. Well, great job. Keep it up. Congratulations on your engagement. Terrific story. Thanks so much for being with us on the call. And just in wrapping up this evening, we've talked a lot about challenge groups. If you're first off, if you're listening in on this call and you're not yet on the challenge, you're new to learning about Vitalis, get back with the person who invited you on this call. Let them know, hey, number one, I want to get started with the challenge. I want to, I want you to help me figure out what to commit to for the first 90 days of the new year. And number two, I'd like to be a part of a challenge group. And so what can you do to get me connected to one? And we're, that the person who invited you or any of us in the community are happy to get you plugged into the challenge groups as well. For everyone else who's already a part of the community, I would encourage you to continue your involvement with the challenge groups. And if you, whether you're a part of a local face-to-face challenge group or not, we'd love to have you as part of our virtual challenge groups going into the month of January as well. So reach out to us for that. If anybody else within TeamViHOPE or that are part of the challenge that you know of who could benefit from it, please put them in touch with us as well. And it's exciting for this to be officially the last call for us for 2015. This time next week, we will be ushering in a new year, new goals, and we're going to just have a ton of new success stories as we go into 2016. So everybody have a happy, safe New Year's, and look forward to hearing you on this call same time next week. This is Tom Jones signing off.